Some views to soothe the Monday morning blues. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you're watching from. Mark from Port Campbell Visitor Information Centre here. We're at London Bridge, and it's been a while since we did a morning live cross from London Bridge. We're looking at about a 2.5 metre swell, real straight south swell, so plenty of motion in the ocean, and we'll be observing some wave hits down on London Bridge there. I'll just zoom in a little bit for you. And for good reason, we don't do a lot of live crosses from London Bridge in the morning. As you know, we tend to promote, once again for very good reason, that people head east in the morning first when they're holidaying in Port Campbell, 12 Apostles region, Peterborough, Timboon, Princetown, Cobden. If you're in the area, the reason we tell you to go east is it tends to get quite busy in the middle of the day. So if you head east from Port Campbell to places like Gibson Steps, 12 Apostles and Lockhart Gorge in the morning, then, good morning Enzo, how you going? Then when you do head out to head further west, you stay ahead of the traffic. So there's a very good reason why we don't do a lot of live crosses. We've got a from London Bridge in the morning. Just see a bit of moonset there. Really nice to see. Great colour gradient in the sky. And great spot to watch the motion in the ocean. You can see it's reasonably accessible, about a 2 metre wide pathway that leads from the car park to a viewing deck that's all on one level here. It does drop down from the steps, but as you can see, reasonable viewing from a seated position. And it's one of those spots that really bounce up the waves. Speaking to local abalone fishermen, or a local abalone fisherman, said the backwash off this area is quite amazing. We just saw a massive wave spray. We're going to head down and have a look. Now, there is a lower viewing platform, and there's an upper viewing deck here as well at London Bridge. For those of you in the know, you can see little penguins come onto the beach here. That lower viewing platform's fantastic. I've never successfully been able to do a live cross from there because there's no mobile reception. Let me know if I'm coming across grainy or it's lagging a little bit, because the mobile reception at London Bridge isn't great. This iconic, another one of the icons of this section of the Great Ocean Road. This formation was a connected bridge that collapsed January 17th, 1990. So right in what would have been a busy time of year. Two people, contrary to urban myth. Benjamin, how you going? Contrary to urban myth, these two people were actually related to each other. And unharmed. And there was a photographer from Glenroy in Melbourne. Hello to all our friends watching from Melbourne. Love the way the light's catching the edge of the cliff here. First kiss on the edge of the Australian continent, of sunlight that is. And you just see that incredible wind-driven rain form as fresh water percolates through the limestone and salt water has its way. Good morning, Teresa. How you going? Decent swell here at London Bridge. We've missed a couple of big wave hits, so we're zoomed in a little bit here. And the spot you want to watch is under the arch here. G'day, Larry. Good morning. Let us know where you're watching from and the rebounds through here. So as I said, it's a little bit of a straight south swell, so bit of motion in the ocean and Smell of salt in the air, and as I said, some views for those Monday morning blues. And this is, of course, not the only work that I do, and feeling a little bit of Monday-itis myself. A big week, both in the information centre and on projects promoting this wonderful region. So a few people enjoying the views. Always quieter in the mornings here, and quieter in the mornings as well as far as the 12 Apostles. Most of the people you're getting here at this time of the morning have stayed close, planned wisely, and making the most of exceptional light conditions and low traffic. Mark from Port Campbell Visitor Information Centre here. Good morning, Andrew. How you going? I've just got enough reception, so let me know if it's lagging or if things are appearing a little bit grainy. I did mention briefly about the two people that were related to each other that were stuck unharmed on this section and airlifted off. I didn't mention that there was a helicopter crash in the area about a week before the collapse of the bridge, not in the area where the arch collapsed. I did mention that there was a photographer from Glenroy in Melbourne, good morning Joy, that actually got a 3-part time lapse. For those of you that are into photography will know about the earlier motor drive cameras, and there's somebody that is actually Heytesbury Historical Society, I believe, hold a copy of those photos. Have a look at that beautiful line. And 3 photos showing the arch in different states of collapse. So imagine how viral that would have gone if it had been nowadays. I think it did make the newspapers, the equivalent of virality of the day. And so nice to bring you a view from somewhere a little bit different. As I mentioned, we don't often shoot London Bridge in the morning because we like to encourage people for good reason to head east to 12 Apostles, Lockhart Gorge and Gibson Steps if they're staying in the area. And that way when they come to London Bridge later in the day. Good morning, Margaret. How you going? You have a fantastic day too. Watching motion in the ocean, the deep blues, and a little bit of green in the shore there, with the suspended sand in the water. Nothing between us and Antarctica. And at this point, we're actually closer to Darwin than we are to Antarctica. Looking at another one of the more iconic visitor nodes in Port Campbell National Park. You can just see, I pointed out the lower viewing platform down here. We'll talk about that and we'll come out and bring you out here on a rainy day. Good morning, Chloe. How you going? We've certainly got some surprises for you. You can see this middle viewing platform, which is accessible for pram and wheelchairs. And you can see up the top there an upper viewing platform, which is a great spot for people looking for penguin viewing at the eastern end of the beach here. They come up, we might go up to that upper viewing platform, and I've got my binoculars with me. Not that they're much good in showing you guys up closer, but if you want to come and see penguins at London Bridge or the 12 Apostles, it's certainly handy to borrow a set of binoculars from the Visitor Information Centre. I'll be heading in there in a minute. Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you're watching from. We might go up to that upper viewing platform and up these short run of steps here. But as I said, from the car park, for anyone in a wheelchair or pram, this viewing platform is fully accessible. an accessible car park back in this direction. Bear with me a second, I'll run through who's on board with us. And Mosiana, how you going? Paisal. I'll just flip the camera so you can get a sense of the path we're going down. Lynn, good morning. Elaine, Chloe, Marcus, Margaret, good morning. Susan, Jill, we're about to take you out onto the upper viewing platform. Good morning, Andrew. Good morning, Marianne. Enza, Lila, great to have you with us. Let us know if we're... Teresa, Benjamin. I've got a few people with us. That's fantastic. How's the sky? I love the way... Look at that. Not much sand. It's Coast Everlasting. We've got the Coast Beard Heath here. This beautiful windswept carpet that complements all the formations here. Got Coast, got Rosemary Everlasting in there, a little bit grayer. Cushion bush usually sitting on the edge of the cliff. And here we are at the upper viewing platform. And you can just see down here, you make out some penguin footprints here. And I'll point out, if you've got binoculars, you can actually see some tags in the burrows here. So that's where the penguins nest at London Bridge. Let me know if you can make out some faint lines of penguin tracks there. So you can see with binoculars, moon up there. With binoculars, great spot to come and see them. I tend to favour different staff at the visitor centre have got different places they like to send visitors for the penguins. I like 12 apostles because you're always guaranteed to see sort of large numbers and you're right above them, but you are a little bit closer here. You can see some of that that foreground vegetation where penguin burrows are. And for those of you that joined us a little bit earlier, that's where we're standing a little minute ago. So looking at this incredible formation that is London Bridge. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit because there's a set building. And Elizabeth, I am on my way in. If you happen to get onto Facebook, oh, pardon me. Visitor Information Centre doors, we're open from 9 to 5 daily, so you can come in and pick up some binoculars. You know, even just looking for bird life in the cliff here, for having a close look at the limestone. Getting a good look at the waves, and obviously for sighting any marine mammals that might be in the area. Well, that set was a bit of a dud. I've got a couple of people here on the viewing platform with me, so I'm going to leave them in peace. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you're watching from. Some cushion bush. Oh, have a look at that. The art of noticing the little things. Have a look at some of that wood down there. Gnarled timber and a landscape and visage that's been shaped into form by wind, rain. Hope you're having a wonderful Monday wherever you're watching from. Mark from Port Campbell Visitor Information Centre here. We're at London Bridge. Adios everyone. See you soon.